Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, what I have for you guys is, of course, a new GTA 5 online video, and of course, today is Tuesday, so this video is going to serve as your weekly update reminder. As you guys know, tomorrow we get the weekly update information, or the upcoming weekly update information, details, and news just about 12 hours early before it drops in game, and on Thursday, I give you guys the live gameplay for the full update and weekly update guide. But today, we're just going to be refreshing and reviewing everything so that you don't miss out in case you haven't been really playing the game recently and you just want to see what's on offer before it goes away, because we do have some good opportunities on some rare and removed vehicles that are featured back for a limited time. For example, on this vehicle you can see right here. So later on in this video, I'll showcase to you guys what vehicle this is, where you can unlock it, how much it costs, and exactly how you can obtain it, because this vehicle, along with many others that are pretty good this week, aren't featured on in-game websites. They're just back into the game at specific in-game vendors. So without further ado, let's jump into everything. When it comes to this week's money bonuses, nothing really was that incredible. You can take double money and double RP on the treasure chest that spawn on Cayo Perico. So instead of a normal $25,000 and 1,000 RP, you're making $50,000 and 2,000 RP twice a day from those. Or just from two treasure chests, I should say. We have double money and double RP on the Assault on Cayo Perico adversary mode, which you can see right here. And the other weekly playlist rotation game modes, we have Motor Wars as well as Sumo Remix, but those aren't on bonus. And then the Cayo Perico series races are also double money and double RP. And just in case you want another, we do have triple money and triple RP on the community series jobs, or select community series jobs this week as well. But honestly, pretty lackluster for weekly update money bonuses. But don't forget, the Panther statue still spawns at Cayo Perico if you have not paid for the setup just yet. And to set up the Cayo Perico heist, make sure to do that before this week ends, so at least whenever you go and complete it later, you can get guaranteed that Panther statue at least once this week. When it comes to our discounts, a reminder this week, of course, we have 30% off the Kasatka submarine, plus all Kasatka upgrades and modifications. So you definitely, if you haven't purchased the Kasatka just yet, you need to buy it, especially if you want to do the Cayo Perico heist to start making the most meta methods of making money here in GTA Online. But besides that, we have some other discounts and opportunities. The Mammoth Squatty is also going to be 30% off this week. You can get it for $791,000. We have the Maibatsu Manchez Scout that's on sale for 40% off. You can get this for $135,000, or even less for both of these if you have the trade prices unlocked. The Vapid Slam Truck is on sale here. You can get it for 30% off, or $917,000. The Kraken Avisa Submarine is also going to be 30% off. And then we have other vehicles that are also on discount here that we can't show on in-game websites because they're rare and removed from the game, but they are featured back at various in-game vendors that we're going to be getting into pretty soon. That's 30% off the Lampadati Michele GT, 30% off the BF Raptor, 30% off the Gratis Stinger, 50% off the Western Rat Bike, as well as 50% off the Western Zombie Bobber. And don't forget, all ammo and body armor is 50% off for all players this week as well, so make sure you stock up. Here, when it comes to our test drive vehicles at the LS Carmate, these are all rare and removed from the game, and of course they're featured back for a limited time this week. So I'm going to start off, which I think all players should get. You should get two of the three. So let's start off with this Obey 9F. This is going to offer similar performance, of course, to the Obey 9F Cabrio. That's the other variant. Both of them have very nimble handling, really strong stability. They do fall short in the traction department when pushed hard, but they are a very visually appealing choice with just some functional limitations. But you can't go wrong with an Audi R8 in this game, right? And if you do want to purchase this car, it's going to cost you $120,000 this week. Next up, this is the Grati Carbonazere. Of course, you can get this at the LS Car Meet. This is the car that you saw me driving and showing off at the beginning of this video. It's highly sought after when it returns to the game, so you definitely got to pick it up. In terms of performance, I think it's a nice balance. You get great acceleration, good top speed. It's very easy to control between the understeer and oversteer characteristics of this car. It's just a solid middle tier and middle of the road sports car, and I think it's ideal for new players in the game who want a sleek, reliable, and also good performance, really fast vehicle for their collection. If you do want to pick it up this week, it's going to cost you $195,000. Both of these honestly are great beginners vehicles right here, just really fast sports cars, and they aren't going to break the bank. Next, we also have the Dinka Veris. This is one of the heaviest ATVs in GTA Online. With this, you just get average acceleration, a good turning radius, but of course you need bulletproof tires because of the exposed wheels and tires on this ATV. It's not a top choice for racing. It is surprisingly durable, and actually you can get a pretty humorous traction improvement if you add the saddlebag spoiler option, which is unique, of course, to this ATV. You can add some saddlebags to it, and that gives you better handling. So if you just want a fun fact on how to make this thing better, that's how, and it's going to cost you $192,000 this week. When it's comparable to both of these vehicles, get these instead, don't worry about the Dinkaveris. At Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, we have more decent opportunities you guys could check out. So let's go to the left here. This is the Lampadati Michele GT. And of course, with this car, you get offered average performance within the Sports Classics category, but you do get exceptional grip on twisty tracks. You do lack in top speed for straight lines, though. You got a compact design, bouncy suspension. This car is very susceptible to all types of nudges and rolls, but it is pretty stable off-road if you want like somewhat of a rally car, I guess. It is going to cost you $878,020 this week. And it's also discounted. You can get this vehicle for 30% off. Now we're going to move on here to the next vehicle. This is the BF Raptor, also for 30% off this week. It's going to cost you $453,600. You can get this car, and if you do, obviously it's a trike sports vehicle, so you get quick acceleration, agile handling, but it does have a light body and a single rear wheel, and that's going to make it extremely prone to losing control over all sorts and severities of bumps and curbs. But it does have a unique driving feel, and maybe it's a hit or miss depending on the type of player you are. Then we'll move on here. This is the Grotti Stinger. It's a stylish Grand Tour in this game. High speed, high acceleration. You're going to struggle with oversteer when it comes to this car. The braking's less than impressive, and it's really more of a choice for style more than performance superiority over other Sports Classics vehicles. But once again, this car is also 30% off, and if you do want to pick it up, it's rare and removed. It's going to cost you $595,000 this week. Then we'll move on here. This is the next vehicle. This is the Western Rat Bike, inspired by the Harley-Davidson KKF14. You get pretty good performance on this. It's very similar to the Wolfsbane, I think. You get a good top speed. It's 124 miles an hour. You get average maneuverability, nothing crazy. It's not a super bike. And you also get a very loud engine and like some really cool rugged aesthetics. It's going to cost you $24,000 this week. It's also rare and removed, obviously featured back here, but you can't find it on in-game websites along with the rest of these vehicles. Then we'll move on to the Western Zombie Bobber. This vehicle is also going to cost you $75,720. Solo seater bike, V-twin engine. You get fast and agile performance. It honestly outperforms other cruiser counterparts like the Damon, for example, or even the Nightblade. It's got superior suspension to those and a really good amount of torque. It's ideal for like very smooth and maneuverable solo adventures. You know, it's not a super bike, it's not a sport bike, but it is a fun bike to just cruise around in. And it's got some neat customization options, and it just looks good in its current form. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, for the remainder of this weekly event, your podium vehicle is the Dinka Postlude. Now, this car has a retail value of $1.31 million. It released with the Criminal Enterprises update, I think during the weekly update of September 22nd in 2022, I believe. It obviously wasn't out at launch with the update. It was a couple months after the update actually began. Honestly, when it comes to this vehicle, it's pretty lackluster. It drives very poorly. The normal Conjo as well as the Conjo SJ are better in terms of Dinka vehicles. You get a really soft suspension with this car, very little overall grip, things like that. And despite its low grip, it's also super prone to oversteer, despite you not even going fast at all. So you're losing grip even when the car is really slow and sluggish. But if you do want to unlock it this week, definitely spin that lucky wheel like we do. I like to do this every single Tuesday just to see if we can win it. We're not going to win it, but we are going to get 15,000 chips for the casino, which is nice right there. Here at the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for the week is the Anis Remus, and it has a normal retail value of $1.37 million. Now, of course, if you'd like to unlock it this week, the prize ride challenge that you need to complete in order to gain access to this vehicle has you unlocking it by winning a race for 3 consecutive days in a row. It doesn't need to be an LS Car Meet Series race. It could be anything. Drift race, drag race, Pursuit Series race, any other type of race in this game, and you will get this vehicle. When it comes to performance, well, first it released with the tuners update, first of all, but when it comes to performance, you get some pretty decent acceleration, get a good top speed. Handling, I think, is actually pretty great with this car. It's noticeably stable, both on-road and off-road. You get a lot of grip. The handling is pretty much neutral, which I think is a good thing. You know, it's not more oversteer prone or understeer prone in that department. And honestly, I also think it's a very good candidate for street races as well. At the salvage yard, if you're looking to, of course, complete these robberies in time before they go away, none of these are claimable for this week, but the Anis Helion standard range vehicle for this week is featured in the McToney robbery. The Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec is going to be this week's mid-range vehicle for the rest of the weekly event, featured in the Duggan robbery. And then in the cargo ship robbery, this is where you can steal the top range vehicle for the week, which for this week, it is the Pegassi Torero. Here at Luxury Autos, we have the Declasse Vigoro ZX with this really cool splatter graphic livery. I honestly really like it. I don't like the brown that is featured in, but of course you can customize that to your liking. And then also we have the Anis Urus X32 with this more like straight but slanted line graphic livery. Not sure what it's called, but once again, you can pick up both of these. They're available on in-game websites, but if you want this customization applied, you can get it basically by purchasing it through here. And let's check out the stock we have for this week. So starting off, we have the combat shotgun here. We have the precision rifle. Next up after that, we're gonna have the stun gun, then the RPG, then the combat pistol, as well as the machete. Now, the combat shotgun is, I believe, 40% off this week for all players, so you can take advantage of that nice discount right there on the Cayo Perico combat shotgun. You can also get 40% off all throwables, as well as 40% off all armor at the gun van this week for 40% off. That's available for all players. GTA Plus discount is a 50% off opportunity on everything at the gun van, whether it's any of these weapons, as well as all the throwables, as well as the body armor. So there's a lot of opportunities. We're going to be wrapping everything up right here, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hopefully you guys can drop a like on it if you guys enjoyed. And of course, if you want to see more GTA Online content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and unlock it to get access to more GTA Online, as well as Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content as a whole. Make sure to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if you guys want to see several consistent GTA Online, as well as Red Dead Online live streams several times a week, Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays, and any other time that I see is, you know, an appropriate time to go live. We'll definitely be doing some stuff with the community, things like that. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in terms of the next weekly update, what heists we're going to have on bonus, because of course we're going to be continuing with heist week, so maybe we'll go back to the OG heist starting off. That would be pretty cool. Anyways, hopefully you all have a fantastic day. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.